Now we're going to take a bit of a right turn. Joining us now from the Denver Elections Division is Alton Dillard. And what Denver does is completely separate from how the state works. The state only matches names and addresses on the petitions with the names and addresses on the voter registration database. They don't actually verify the actual signature, but Denver does check the signatures, and that's why we want to talk with Alton Dillard. And why or how, first, does it work that Denver does this?
Well, one of the reasons that we're able to do it is because it's built into our local laws. So what we do is anytime we have a petition signature in the door, we actually do a match against the SCORE statewide voter registration database.
So you verify every signature on a petition. So if someone signs it, you say, I'm going to make sure that that cursive matches cursive on a database.
Correct. And our staff is actually trained in handwriting analysis. So they're able to catch certain things. And that's one of the reasons we've been able to secure a couple of prosecutions. We've been able to find deceased voters. We've been able to find a voter who suffers from Alzheimer's who we had knowledge of that they were not allowed to sign documents, and that's how we found them, is by looking at every signature on every single petition.
We're seeing some video of that happening with the Denver elections right now. You have handwriting analysis. What did that take to train someone on that?
What you do is you just have somebody come in, because one of the things that's getting muddied up a bit in these discussions is the signature verification that takes place on a petition, and some people are mixing that up with the ballot process. But it's still essentially the same process. You are looking at curlicues, you're looking at spacing, you're looking at how the capitals are made, and you do that on each and every signature.
So as I saw that example yesterday while we were getting that video, there are different documents that you can refer to compare signatures. First, what are you comparing it to? Just every time I've signed something to register to vote, or what are the documents that you can go back and look at?
It depends on how far back you've been a Denver voter, but for instance, we can look at your voter card from back in the polling place days, if you've made an address change, if you've updated your voter registration, if you've changed your party affiliation, anything that's on a form, we can go back. Because you do get variance in signatures over time. You've got a signature you may use at the grocery store that may not quite match what's on your contract here or something like that. We have the way to go back and look and see if there are any variances, because we can go back and see multiple documents that you may have signed.
How long has this been in place?
We've always had it for the whole time I've been with Denver Elections for a decade.
So this, you may not be able to answer this, but in terms of, because I've asked the Secretary of State this, cost and time, when you actually analyze every signature, what are we looking at compared to if you didn't do that?
Well, you're right. This is sort of a tough question to answer, but the main thing is that it really helps sort of protect the integrity of the process, I guess is the best way to put it. And so again, because of some of the things that happened in the 2006 Denver elections, it's in our laws that we receive the resources that we need to be able to conduct fair and successful elections. We're nationally and internationally recognized for our innovation, and so we're hoping that as the capital of an innovation state, that as time goes on, you know, some other people will pick up some of our processes.
Now, you've got your iPad here. You were telling me it's a lot of digital. Instead of showing up with a clipboard, you actually can take something digital and have someone sign it and know right away whether they really should be signing it, and then also keeping a tally of how many more you need. Take me through why this is good.
Correct. This is our e-sign technology, and what this is, essentially, it's a mobile petition app. It's the first in the nation, and once again, one of our first in the nation innovations, and it allows you to sign a tablet. But what happens is the voter themselves enters their information. And another thing this does that helps prevent fraud is you have to know the date of birth that goes along with it, and it also has geocoding and location coding. So if someone's in a hotel room with a white pages and all of a sudden there are 75 signatures that took place within a 20-foot radius at 11 o'clock at night, we can say no. But it doesn't get that far, because you have to know the year of birth, and the voter themselves sign their signature into the thing. And it also, like we said, it keeps a running tally, because that's probably where maybe some potential funny business comes into play, because you may be trending short. But if you use the e-sign program, you can look on here and see how many signatures you have as you head towards your threshold.
I think some lawmakers might want to know more about this when it comes to the state. Alton Dillard, thanks for telling us about the Denver elections. And